jump out, pull up. Oh shoot.
Oh,
Yes,
Live right now?
that will be the four-course meal.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. You guys ready? Nerd Z, is you ready?
Yes.
Del Pesh, is you ready?
yeah, man.
In the
Yes, I'm
world,
ready.
where by 2021, um, it's gonna be shots, 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 shots. Everybody of the vaccine. This is the event.
Of the-
I am your host, Jay Hunterville. We got the Nerd Z here,
Hey.
and we got Del Pesh here.
in the flesh.
How you got? How you
Captain
guys doing?
Corners.
How you,
Uh,
how you guys doing, yo?
I'm out here, man.
Feeling blessed and highly favored
Why is that, the Nerd Z? Why is that?
because today is the day before I existed. Tomorrow
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
is my birthday.
hey,
hey,
happy born
29,
day.
Yes.
29, 29.
See, if you add the 2 and 9 together, that means 11. Just so you know,
Hey.
in the
Young yin
numerology.
in heart. In heart. In heart.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Delpesh. I was unaware about that, man. Um,
Yes.
yeah, well, you know, I've been pretty good. Just, chilling, working
Yeah.
like crazy. Yo, I've been working like all over the damn place, which is good. But
What?
But the money's
You're
piling up, though.
very, very, very fortunate to be working,
yeah,
especially
and
during
I'm
this
and
time.
I'm happy. I'm not complaining about it at all. I'm not complaining about it at all. Just trying to be safe about it. Um,
I don't know.
because this COVID thing is still going on. Things are still getting a lockdown. I'm like, well, what did it say this week? What York Region
Monday.
finally Monday.
Yeah, man.
York Region is officially a part of the part of the people that is going to be locked down
On Z's birthday, too. How dare they?
on Z's birthday. How they gonna lock things down on Z's birthday?
I know. I know. Crazy.
That was like York Region is like Luxies, man.
Okay, that's
This is
Say it
Luxies. You
again.
go to Luxies. That was Luxies. You could go to Luxies. Well, COVID. I don't know how that story. I wonder how that place is surviving.
Mm.
they're probably.
It'd probably be good though. The amount of money you're buying bottles for, or you know what I mean?
All the stars that come through.
That's assuming they're
Yeah.
The
financially
celebrities.
responsible. Then maybe.
That's if they're financially
If
responsible.
a lot of
If
you walk these streets and a lot of people, hey man, they're on razor sharp margins, as they call it. And you just get
right,
knocked off. Like,
they thought that it was gonna last forever. Everything was gonna go nice and well until
Mm.
boom, COVID came and hit them in their side piece, and they're like, oh, now we
Yeah.
gotta try to make rent.
right?
But
Dissipating.
right. So yeah, Wired York Region's on lockdown.
Starting
I,
Monday.
I
Yeah.
I was watching some of the clips of like the Costco's and stuff, and it's like I don't think they were prepared. Like it's like you have the long lineups again, all
Mm.
these things again, and in my head I'm just like, we're I can't say we're used to it, but like, how do you guys feel about this whole long? Like, do you feel like you guys are used to it now?
I'm not
Wearing
lining
your
up,
mask all over the place, wearing your mask and all that stuff.
bro. I'm not lining up like that. You won't catch me
I,
like that ever. Like,
I don't think
like
I will ever get used to it. Um, Simply because it just seems so foreign still. Like, even though, I mean, like at first it was more so like, okay, this new phenomenon is happening. Like, whoa, the world is shaking. We don't know what to do. Like, but then now it's kind of like, I'm still kind of like, the world is shaking. And every step or every day is kind of like, what next? Like, what new? Like, always something.
mhm.
It's not normal. Like, it's not, we finally got to a point where this is what it is. It's consistent, and we're gonna keep it going from then on. Like, that's it. Then I feel like that would become a normal. That would be like a normalization. Yeah.
Normalize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it keeps saying the
Because
word. It keeps saying the word new normal. I'm like, what the hell is that?
yeah, People keep saying that this is the new normal. No, this is not a new normal. This is a temporary hijack, and that's it. That's all.
How do you
This
guys?
is not
Well,
going to stay.
that's the thing. What if it is a new normal?
No.
Like it's hard to just say like yeah, it's easy to say that, oh yeah, it's not the new normal, but what if it's one of those things that are like, you know what? Yeah, we can't get everybody in close this social distancing anymore. Like this just has to be everything social distanced.
You have to
know what
rock
I
a
mean?
mask all the time.
Rock a mask all the time because it's already like I think in Asia that's how it is. Like it's a fashion statement and everything.
That's your culture, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
that was going on from time that they were wearing masks over there.
mhm.
Like
But I think
from
it was
when,
about like H1N1 or SARS times.
yeah, basically when SARS was around. And how long ago was that?
It was a long time.
SARS was that was grade 8, which was 2000.
Grade
Right?
7. Grade 7, I think.
Grade 7?
I remember grade 7 because I remember like there's the whole concept. The reason why I say grade 7 because I remember one of my boys had the freaking
Yeah, SARS? What?
no, he had the mask on. He had the mask on, and people were like, "Why do you have the mask on?" That means if you have the mask on, that means you had it.
Oh,
And that's I remember that was like the thing, like that was like the mind was like lost, mind blown because it's like, does that mean you have it if you
have the mask? Yeah,
mask on?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if we are just getting that same era of time and it's just only happening now in 2020 for us in North America, then this is gonna pass. This is gonna pass. It became a fashion statement. It's gonna pass over here. It's not gonna be no. I don't know.
I don't know. People like I don't know. I don't know if people are fearful of saying like this is not gonna reset back to what it used to be or what. Like it seems like saying that is just like saying F you to everybody. It's like no, it's like things have to go back to the way it was. Like right?
What is the way it was though? That's the thing. Like for me, it's just like I don't know what the way it was as much anymore. I feel like it's gonna. Yeah, I hope it changes, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, they open back restaurants. Restaurants are gonna be like, hey, we don't need that much service because we learned that we could work without that much waitress. So instead of hiring a waitress, we have the iPads, we have all that stuff, what we did before. Like a lot of things are gonna just switch completely. Like, for example, famous players, Cineplex, all those places, they already stopped the ticket booth. The ticket booths are all computers now.
Yeah, the one at Dundas Square, that one's gone.
Right. So you can only imagine how big it's gonna be like when it comes to like when COVID comes and now you can have social distance seating or all that other things, it's all gonna add up, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So hey, all I'm gonna say is guy, we'll see how it goes.
Like
We'll see how it goes.
Because right now, because you were telling me early on, the shots came in, but yeah, it's first of all, I don't think it's enough. It's like 200,000 something, and then I think Z said like it's not even going to come to it's not even going to start in Canada for us. It's going to start in the States.
I think I already started in the UK allegedly. Like allegedly, I've been hearing all these other stuff about it. Like this whole thing about 100 people took the COVID test, and as they took the COVID test, all 100 that took the testing died. I'm like, okay,
that's a little.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Say allegedly,
and,
yeah.
And then some of these guys are getting some next I don't know what it's called. I don't know if it's a disease or something, but like people are catching something.
Like ailments.
Like a syndrome or something like that. And it's just like, oh Lord, like where do we go from here? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I just try to not pay no mind. Like I kind of just, do I plan to take the test? No. I don't want to take the test. I'm not going to take the test.
Really? You're just like, nah.
Nah. We'll see what it is because apparently, what is it? What did they say? By 2021, everybody has to take the test.
I mean, they say everybody, but I don't know if it's gonna be because remember they're going by a list. They're going by most vulnerable first, frontline workers, politicians, judges. What else? What else? What else? Because they're getting it first. Law enforcement, EMS, firefighters. They didn't say, hold on now. The age group that were like everyone's healthy or whatever. They didn't say we're like last on the list, like number 15. So don't expect that for a while.
I don't know,
Like,
man. I don't know. I think for us, we're just gonna get. I know they're gonna start doing certain things. Like I heard in the states that certain people can't get their what is it?
oh, the
I guess what is
stimulus.
it? Stimulus.
Ooh, that was
Unless they take that test.
damn.
You know what I mean? You know, to me, it might be the mark of the beast. You know, I've heard that as well. Like, I think we just got our first shipment in Canada. I don't know who they're gonna give it to first. Like, well, like you said, they might give it to all those people.
Hmm.
But what if something happens horribly wrong with them?
What they put on blast though? That's the thing.
Hmm?
Would they put that on blast or would they hide it?
The problem is when it comes to these type of things now, what I don't like, ouch. What I don't like about this whole like COVID thing is basically everybody has a say.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Like,
Everybody has a say. Everybody can say no. Oh, I have the right to not wear a mask. Okay, well, I guess you do. Then it's like, well, COVID is actually this, or COVID is this. If you drink this type of thing, you can cure COVID.
and
COVID
you're,
is just a common cold. If you try eat garlic or take a garlic clove, it has antibiotics and all that stuff. And
mhm.
you're hearing all these different things to the point that it became COVID's not even real.
It's a democratic hoax, as people in the states would say.
And
Uh,
then, but this is the thing: certain things is kind of valid because I'm like, some people are like, oh, you know, a lot of people die at that time. It's like, well, a lot of people die when it's flu season.
which they do, but it's like that's not really. Wait, speaking of flu, do they count flu deaths and corona deaths, or now it's like
But that's the thing.
they kind of move past flu
That's the
now?
thing. The problem is, conspiracy based off certain things. Oh, the COVID-19 or coronavirus is being used for everything. It's a
Hmm.
general thing. You have a heart attack, COVID. You got shot, COVID. Um,
A
this
country singer,
happened, COVID.
I think a country singer passed like I think yesterday. They said complications to COVID, but it could
Yeah,
have been other things in play, right?
complications, right? But you just don't know. You just have to. It's like a write off. It's like, well, COVID. Oh, okay, leave it alone. You don't think about it again. You know, which is sad. But I don't know. Like, I feel like I've been pretty fine. I mean, well, they said I was positive at one point, and
Wait, I don't know if you spoke on that on the pod, but speak on that whole situation too, because that was interesting. You got two different answers.
yes, I did. The first one, like, first test came out negative. But you know what? Like, when it all came down to it, like, at the time, I think I actually had it still.
Real? Oh,
But
okay.
it was like I was already self isolating anyway because I had no choice because of work, and not even work, but like people like just have to self isolate, and plus it was on lockdown too, so
Mhm.
you know. But like I remember feeling like sick, like a cold. That's what it was. It was like a little cold, and then like tired, and then I had this lower back pain, this like back pain, and then like one of my friends, she was like, "Yo, that could be your lungs, you know. I was like, could it be my lungs?
Like, could it be?
And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I remember being very tired, all that stuff. Went to sleep. Like I remember just going to take the test, and then they said positive, but they said, no, you don't nothing to worry about. Just take it 2 weeks, and you can go back on your day. I'm like, what? I didn't have to take another test. I was like, no, this should wear off by then. I'm like, okay, no. Went took another test, clean. But like, I don't know. I feel like it's not. It's a big thing. It's a like COVID is a big thing, but like
Mhm.
everybody has their own decisions. Like everybody has their own like what is it called? Everybody has their own like opinion, and that's the part that's annoying because it's like where do you find the truth in everything?
Mhm.
This person's saying this, that person's saying that. You know what I mean? Where do you find it when
Now,
everybody has something to say about COVID?
now, Ira said the flu is different illness than the corona, which is
Yeah.
true. COVID is part of the SARS family and impacts different parts of the body than the flu or the common cold.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
But
that's the thing.
are they saying people are dying from flu right now, or like that's the question of
Both.
the day, or both? Yeah.
You'll never find out.
Well,
Well,
from what I've seen in some of the things, they were saying that people would be misdiagnosed. So they would actually come in with like bronchitis or pneumonia, and then it was being they were given certain I guess medication to like deal with it, but then later on it was then suspected that it was actually COVID, and some of these people were actually being cured or temporarily like cured for the wrong thing. So some of the actual like mishaps were the mistreatment and misdiagnosis of people based on these medical professions.
Oh.
well, listen, I don't know about all this stuff. I just hope everybody be safe. Wear your mask. Stop fighting people not to wear your mask. If that's what it is, like they're not telling you not to do. Like wearing the mask
But
is the
what do you
least.
say to the people who turn around and say, I have a medical condition, I can't wear this mask?
There's a good high chance of lying.
That that's the point. There's a good high chance they're lying. That like it's true because the problem is the one thing I could say is everybody has rights, but like there's always gonna be that rebellion on rights.
That's true.
Like
But
if someone
it's
says
not
if
just
someone
one.
says
It's a group.
Whole group. I saw the actual march. I wish I could pull it up on my Snapchat, but I had filmed an actual march or peaceful protest on Young and Bloor. Was it Young and Bloor? No, College and Young. College and Young, as people were going down and marching about the whole concept and saying that it's the government that's actually trying to enforce fear onto the civilians and try to control the population. That was their argument, their stance. So then they would continue to say, do not mask, do not take the vaccine. Corona's a lie.
There's some dope shit I'm gonna do.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I understand the math. I understand the vaccine because the vaccine is not the cure.
Mm.
But the mask, I'm kind of like, it's kind of like saying cover your mouth when you cough.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's like, hey, cover your mouth when you cough, or the government issues cover your mouth when you cough, and people are like, ah! They're not caring because they have the right to. It's kind of like, I don't know.
I'm gonna show a little bit of a clip. I'm gonna do some production shit right now. So I'm gonna share the screen, and then I'm gonna go to this. So this is what they call. This is in Toronto. The anti.
Yes.
I'm not gonna put sound because YouTube's on some other stuff. But this is what Z is referring to. I think the video's from a month ago.
Oh, it's buffering.
Yeah. They were doing a whole protest. Oh my God.
So they're mapping out where they're walking. Wow. So from they walk.
These are people with no masks, no nothing. They no one on that whole thing had a mask.
Anti-mask protest downtown.
Trust me. I was there to watch it. I was finishing work and I stood there and watched this whole stuff. They came with what's the word? Amplifiers. They had people were talking, screaming from the top of their lungs. When I mean, it was a real thing that people like. Oh, I wish.
That's just wow. Okay.
Well,
we get the gist
I
of it.
could
So we
say
stop the screen.
people have a lot of time on their hands, and I think that's what happens when you watch a lot of YouTube, and you can find anything that can support your point. And I don't know. It's the thing about it is just finding the truth of everything for me. That's what it is. Because everybody has something to say. Everybody's saying how to cure COVID. You know, Caribbean saying drink tea. These guys are saying doing this. This person is saying this. Rastaman is saying bonfire upon COVID. And like, you don't know. Like, it was a preacher that said, you know what? He's gonna blow away COVID.
That guy's nuts.
In the name of Jesus. Trump supporter. Trump supporter guy.
We're doing some production stuff right now. I'm gonna find that clip. Keep talking.
Like that Trump supporter guy. For preacher, giving all Christians a bad name.
If it could just be that easy, we wouldn't need MasterCard, okay?
Kenneth Copeland is the guy's name. So let me screenshot. Let me screenshot. Let me screen share again. Hold on. So get ready.
Dalpesh is capitalizing on the screen share lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put up the sound.
Look at him. He looks like a demon already.
That's what I said.
My gosh.
Oh. He looks evil already. Look at him.
A service full of no one. Empty chairs. Who would want to catch that breath anyways?
There's a hot man in breath, Bregin. Man, like the Antichrist himself, Bregin.
You know what? I can definitely understand for somebody who is not and does not have COVID and in the whole year has not been diagnosed or has not contracted anything. I can understand how it can be very restricting for that person to now have to go through.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop this. Stop the click.
So, say for example, you are following the protocol and everything like that. You know, the fact that there haven't been jobs put in place, for example, to kind of like transition over through all of this. That's one. So I can definitely understand from that perspective. And then on top of it, a lot of the joys that people would probably find some form of way to like use has also been restricted. Like gyms. Why in heaven's name? Like I work out, but why in heaven's name am I going to now play? Yeah, that's one, they're closed. But two, why am I going to pay for a full year subscription to use the gym facilities? And I have to book an hour ahead to use it for 1 hour.
Strict, yeah, Jamie. It's strict. Like
no, I get that, but that's the gym's issue. That's y'all in the gym.
But that's not a gym's issue because if say I'm a professional, because I am, I'm now limited. I can't do my work and my craft and develop my craft, and I'm now subjugated to stay within the realms of my home or have to use public spaces in order for me to do my work. That is my income.
No, which is true.
1 hour training, right? 1 hour training is going to affect me greatly.
Your games.
How am I going to find the same maximum amount of like work available to me? I don't work out for 1 hour. It takes me 3 hours.
It's 3 hours.
Yes.
For me, how I see it is like everybody's getting affected, right? But like, for me, when it comes to certain things, it's just like, you know, everybody's getting affected. So, you know, whatever the law is the law. You got to go by it. What I don't get is when, let's say it's a full membership and the gym, let's say the gym was open before lockdown, but they did their all precautions, book an hour in advance or whatever.
And they use the other
When
hour to
you
clean. Yeah.
right, but when you pay for your membership, you're paying for like your convenience. You're paying for all the utilities. You're paying for all these
Exactly.
things. So the simple
Mhm.
fact that they still want to charge, and you're only getting half
The same
the
amount.
utilities,
Exactly.
that's the
That's
issue that
fair.
the gym has to sort out and work out with some people.
That is
That's
it.
That's what I would
That
say.
is
I don't think that's the
it.
government's fault. I think that's the gyms that are being like, well, you're locked in for it's nothing to say, yo, we're gonna cut your prices in half because you only can use half the gym.
They could at
Mhm.
least do that.
But they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
That's just the
They're-
gym. Imagine schools. You have to be online only and you're still paying higher tuition. Man,
Right? To not be in a classroom.
you're not even in the classroom. Because that tuition covers books, technology,
the
the
building
building,
fund.
the building
Right?
fund,
But the building is closed. What building is running?
right?
No heat or air conditioner is running through the building.
They have to run, well, in the winter they have to run build. They try to anything. It's a money thing. You know what I mean? It's money.
Good.
So Ira in the chat said the government should have just done a minimum income.
Well, the government still has, apparently, allegedly, the government still has 12 billion in what's it called?
I think it's let me look that up.
Emergency funding that they haven't used yet.
Which is what yo.
I think they need to stop harassing people who make less than $65,000.
But yo, another thing is they're chasing mans down for their CERB. If you finesse the CERB,
which
they're
is
chasing people down for
hilarious.
that. They're coming back for it.
I think
As if they
That's-
don't be tracking people's taxes.
because I heard people
That's
have to
the
pay
part
the
that I
whole
don't
12
understand.
back.
Yep.
Like people have to pay the
Like
whole
you don't
12.
like you have all albums since I was 18 years old of CRA filed taxes. And you're gonna be chasing somebody down now because you didn't figure out that so and so does not deserve CERB. Come on now.
It was an emergency fund. They were giving it out. Just here, you get a CERB, you get a $2,000, you
But
get a
again,
$2,000, and then they go.
Is that now on the people's fault because they decided to stand up on the back of a truck and be like, hey, whoever's in the crowd, catch it? Like,
I think
apparently it is our fault.
It is. The reason why is because they weren't just gonna give it like that. Like there's a fine print to everything. You know what I mean? And people, it's like people reading the iTunes contract. If you see the iTunes contract, you didn't read it, and then
14 pages.
iTunes decides to take you away and say, "Yo, we have your organs now." It's like,
whoa,
you didn't sign the contract; you just accept.
You know what?
You know what I mean? So it's
I
one of
accept.
those type of things. It's one of those type of things that the government's always gonna want their money back. Like the government don't play. Like they stopped CERB for a reason.
And when
to the point that they
it's CRB now, it's called. It went from CERB to CR.
It's more than one name now, but it's like depending on what it's dependent on your status now. See, now they figured it out. Oh, we can't stand at the back of the truck and just fly the money out any which way.
No
now
cash
we have to put people in lines.
No Lil Wayne. No Birdman. That's just
okay. Children over here, women here, men there. Great.
Like I was telling Z the other day, it's like, yo, people are having crack parties, allegedly. People are just blowing through money. Like,
buying guns, allegedly.
It's just...
But you know what? It's one of those things where it's just what happens when a pandemic happens. You got to do anything to like help everybody, and then when it slows down, it's like, hey, we did this to help you, so here's.
My thing is, I want to be in the spaces with people who are actually running the city. That's where I want to be. I want to be in those conversations and be like in those rooms because I want to be like, how does it feel to be in this position? You are responsible for the lives of XY numbers, and your next move and your next decision contributes to all of our livelihoods. How does that make you feel?
I don't care.
I don't
care. It's a move, yo. They want to kill people off before they can get their pension.
Geez, that went dark.
No, I don't want to be that guy. Allegedly.
Yeah.
because LTC is getting hit very hard, and it's a lot of beds that have to be freed up according
See
to
now,
their
if they
logic.
ended up,
Why do you have to
the
say
only
it like
reason
that?
why I
No,
feel
but
like there would be some form of avoidance or like aversion to do that or try, and that would be one of the ways of carrying it out, would be because that they would have to probably print a lot of money out, and if they print money, that means inflation's going to go up the ass, as well as our money value will probably drop significantly.
no, but James, that's their logic. Like, we need to free up these beds. We have no more.
Long-term care.
There's too many people that are on request lists. Hey,
I just didn't like how the term you use it. Free up the bed, them. Like, don't.
no. I didn't say it like that. No.
Oh, it just sound, yeah. But yeah. Basically, yeah. It's just things. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not taking the vaccine.
Straight up, eh?
But yeah.
I'm kind of like that.
My
But
whole
yeah.
thing is I want to see the people who are telling other people to use it. I want them to take it first. I was actually making a joke because, of course, some people are like, oh, obviously the hierarchy in the world and whatever. These guys aren't going to really be honest. Put quotes around honest, okay? Because I don't know, people might be honest. Who knows? Give the benefit of the doubt. You're right. So they're like, oh, they get the vaccine. I said, well, those people who are like trying to push the agenda to have it, you should take it. Clearly, be the first person to take it. But then I said, you know what they should do? They should bring the tray out. Everyone who's like suggesting that they should have it. And then what happens is that, because, the tubes and everything or whatever, they're going to be accounted for or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But we're going to make sure they're coming out unmarked. Okay. Unmarked. That's one. And two, whoever's there and whoever wants to volunteer as tribute, go up and do whatever. And then you're going to take that case that you get, you're going to switch it around.
Whoa.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
Vaccination.
So vaccination roulette. Okay.
So well, because if they're going to do that with other people's lives, you should be okay and comfortable since you are so willing to advertise it. Take it. Let's see how it works on you. Let's see after 6 months how it works on you.
A year, 5 years.
People have been making memes and TikToks about how once they take the shot, they start having that whole, if you guys been noticing, that whole African drum beat. They're like,
right? They start twitching their heads and stuff. I'm like, I hate TikTok. I hate people for these memes. They try to find joy in some terrible
dark
stuff.
Things.
I think, because correct me if I'm wrong, you're referring to placebo and the real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. So, what would possibly happen, and they would mark it. That's the thing. If they're giving placebos out, they would mark the placebos. If they're giving the actual vaccination, they would mark the vaccination parts. So if they had the people who are the regulators or whoever is suggesting to put it out, they'll probably most likely would have the ones that are placebos for them. So if that's the case,
let's see how it
do
goes.
the mix it up.
Yeah.
And then we don't know who has what.
And then the one that got the COVID shots that's going crazy and says ripping people's heads off. Let's behave. I'm joking. I just thought
of a weird skit. So live television, CNN, NBC, whatever your favorite news station is, they gather up all the people, the politicians, they sit down, they're taking the shot. But someone goes, wait. They have, let's go Z's idea. They have 100. 50 are placebo, 50 are the
real stuff.
The real stuff.
This is like COVID battle royale.
So what they do is, just like Z said, they just mix it up in a gumbo in front of everybody, in front of the cameras, and then they're like, okay, take the shot now. I want to see that. Like, and is a guy gonna hesitate? Like, is he gonna like?
Now all of a sudden he's gonna be like, no, you know what? I'm not really. I feel back away. Why are you backing away? What's going on?
I don't think that's what's gonna. That's kind of wild. Still, that's kind of wild. But let's get off of this COVID topic because just like life, we can talk about COVID all day. Let's
Sadly.
talk on a brighter note. Let's talk about a little life note.
Life note.
Let's I guess because I'm 30, Delpesh is 30.
I don't look 30, but I'm
Um,
30. Yeah.
yeah, the Nerdsy is turning 29, right? And one thing I can say is the 20s go by pretty quick if you really think about it.
I think
You know
mine
what I
was.
mean?
I felt mine was slow actually.
Yeah.
Which I must have been doing a lot of stuff because I didn't really feel like it didn't feel fast to me. No.
Nah, it felt fast to me, bro. It
My
felt fast to me.
I think every year I
And
can remember like a bunch of stuff. So I'm like, yo,
yeah.
I think I remember mostly everything, maybe in my 20s.
Mm.
But like being 30 now, it's like, now, everything that you do like in your 20s propel you in your 30s as well. You know what I mean?
oh yeah.
So like, Nerdsy was talking about, entrepreneurship and, you know, I forgot what you were saying. I think things that you need to change
Oh,
while
like
being an entrepreneur.
things that I would yeah, like just things if I knew in my early 20s what I would avoid or what things I would like um take more hints to or like be more aware of. A lot of things in my early 20s I would definitely change. Oh my god. From now, oh, so many things. Like one, relationships.
Yeah.
Relationships do not matter at all,
Oh.
really, in your early 20s.
Oh, okay. That's usual.
Wow. That's how you feel?
Yeah. Because unless you are willing to have children or you've like made it concrete in your mind that you're going to have children, it doesn't matter. Having a relationship and having a partner does not matter at that point. I would then start to say, like, start dating when you're done school. That would be my definite.
Not during school.
Not during. Don't have a whole relationship during school.
High school sweetheart, college sweetheart, get out of here. None of that.
Yeah, come back. If anything, separate, make your heart grow fonder with some distance, and then come back. And if y'all were meant to be, y'all will come back.
Interesting.
That's what it is. I kind of also feel that listen or get around a lot of older people and don't only have a sole base of friends within your same age group. That was a big thing. Because I think having multi-aged friends, I've gained them in my last 3 years and have like actual concrete friends who are of like different generations. So some who are 50, some who are like 20, some who are 30, some are 40. Like all of that, I wish I had gained when I was 20.
I don't know 40 or 50, but I'm kind of on the same wavelength though.
Because there's things that your 40-year-old and your 50-year-old friend would impart on you as a 20-year-old and help to set you up better.
Yeah.
Your friends who are in their 20s are also still on the same path as you. And it's more of a competition than it is, I feel, a fellowship in your early 20s.
One thing I think, a couple of things that I think about when I was 20, and I kind of realize it now more. I'm learning more now actually because, someone from a different spectrum of life, she came in and showed me some other things. But one thing I could say is when it comes to friends and when it comes to like people around in your life, some people will celebrate you, are in your life to celebrate with you, and some people are in your life just to tolerate you.
Yes. Knowing the difference.
Knowing the difference is what you need to figure out.
Yeah.
That's one thing you say. Knowing the difference is what you need to figure out. I don't know. You'll learn more about yourself that way when you're learning the difference. You learn what you put up with. You learn who's really about it, who's really down, who's really not, stuff like that. One thing I can say is also learning from other people's mistakes is a key thing.
That's a super gem.
You can't you gotta
And not
understand
to
that
laugh at it. That's the other thing.
not
Learning
to
from
laugh
other
at it
people's mistakes and not laughing at it.
because it can happen to you.
The thing. You have a
It
whole
can
life ahead.
it can happen to you. The same thing that you're laughing at can happen to you.
Like I'll do
Like
a
you
chuckle,
might
but like
not understand it. You might not understand it, but you'll be in that same place. You know what I mean? Some way, somehow in life. You know?
like I'll do a 1-2 chuckle, but not like a hee ha ho laugh type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little nuts. Although
Yeah.
I may have done that in the past, but you know.
And for me, I could say you need certain people in your life that's gonna check you as a
Yes.
person. Like check you as a person and not give a damn if it hurts,
Yeah.
not give a damn if it does or whatever. Check you and ask you what you want. What do you want? Like as much as you ask yourself, sometimes you need that person to ask you what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm 30 and people are asking like, no, she's asking me a lot. What do I want to do in my life? This and that. This and that. And why have you not done it?
Yes.
It's
Oh my.
there's accountability is a key thing.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a key thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is like before we even go to entrepreneurship, I think you gotta go to yourself first, like you as a person. Because
Mhm.
once you're strong as a person, I feel like the entrepreneurship, yes, it'll come as well, but like there's sometimes there's some kinks in your own self that hinders your business.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's a lot of things. Like it could be how you see things personally, how people like in this world, like as much as like as one thing I noticed in this world, like a lot of people it's like, you know, there's a tolerance. Like there's like you gotta be there's a lot of what's the word? Everybody's all happy or you know,
Mm.
you can say this and you can have the rights to do this and da 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 da
Mhm.
da. And then you step on a certain field
Mhm.
and you get slapped with stuff. You get slapped with no, that's not how it works over here.
Mhm.
I'm the
Ah,
boss.
that happens very quickly.
Mhm.
And you get hit with that harsh reality. It's not how it works. You know? It's like that one time you realize that, oh, your mom's buying you toys all the time and you break them because you don't cherish it. And then when you break them, it said, in order to get another toy, you got to work for it.
Mhm.
Do some
And
chores
you
around the
realize
house.
how hard it is
To
to
get.
get that one toy.
Yep.
A lot of people don't see that.
Yep.
Not everyone is made
Um,
for entrepreneurship. That could be, yeah.
yeah, because
That's okay.
that also is another thing. Like, if even before entrepreneurship, getting your money right and understanding money. If I wish that was something I did in my early 20s. Understanding money right, and not like, and I say right because it's like that is a very someone would be like that's very subjective. Be like no 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 no. There's ways of doing money. There are ways. Money is a science and there are rules to actual money. You need to learn the actual rules to get money.
Yeah, which is not taught on purpose.
Exactly.
Right?
So I wish I spent more time learning more about how to get money the right way. And again, that comes with having people who are older than you in your groups or circles or whatever,
Mhm.
right? So people who are 40 are going to explain money to you a lot better than somebody who's in their 20s, right? Um even on just adding on to like Jamie's whole point was just basically like um when people turn around and say, "Oh, you're young, you have a lot of time ahead of you." It's a lie.
Uh,
It's a lie. It's a lie.
there's people that we grew up with in school that are unfortunately the rest in power to. I'm not gonna say their names, but they've been they left before us, before we hit 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
It's a lie.
right?
Yeah. You do not have all the time in the world because time is actually currency.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a lesson
Currency
that
you can't make back though.
You can't make it
exactly.
back. Yeah.
So that is one of the biggest things that I've learned later on in life. That as much as it's like it was there, it was in the circle, it was in the air, the actual understanding of it didn't happen until I was probably like 27. of like how important time was and the way that time was actually really a currency. Like, and then it's crazy, like struggle.
I don't know. For me,
Struggle
financing,
is necessary in your 20s. If you do not have
yeah,
struggle in your early 20s, that is a definite. That is also a very big thing. You need to have struggle in your early 20s because then
struggle.
it
I would
gets
say
better.
struggle
If
and
you're learning from your struggle,
sacrifices.
it gets better. Yep, it gets better.
Yep. Sacrifices is one of those key things. I could say when I was younger, um, when I was in my 20s, 21s, 22s, I remember like around that time, I was so focused on school and like getting stuff done when it comes to the schooling. Because if I did the schooling now, I would be okay. I don't want to go back when I'm older.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
One of the things I thought about. Sorry, it's one of the things I thought about. And everybody was just like, "Yo, what are you doing, man? Come party, come do
Mm-hmm.
this,
I
come
remember
do
that.
that. Yeah, go do this, don't do that, don't do this." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm going to school. I gotta finish this up." And then boom, everything twists. Like when you're done, and now you can make this much amount of money. You're making this much, and whatever. That
You're
there's
living.
certain levels.
Yep.
Certain lifestyles you don't it's like I'm not nothing's wrong with taking the bus, but I drive now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference now. There's certain things that I don't do anymore. Like I say, I'm not I remember at one point I used to tell like I don't know what I was on, I don't know if it was, but when I do go to the club, and I don't go as much because I was always busy. But when I went to the club, I always said I'm not going there unless I have a booth
Yes.
because I want to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I used to say these things, and it's like I don't know. It was just some people think it's a bougie thing or whatever, but it was just no. It's just
That's the
I'm
lifestyle you want to live, and you deserve to live that life, and that is
right,
important.
right,
nothing wrong with
and
asking for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I don't know. For me, it was just a lot of change. I'm not gonna lie. Even now, I think I've got more. Like I feel like I'm forever learning. So I could say there's certain things I stuck in my old ways, and now I'm here just like holy crap. I'm at a crossroads. Do I want to stay like this? Do I want to think this way all my life? Or do I want to change? You know what I mean? Certain things I'm definitely going to change because, it's not a healthy environment or it's not a healthy mindset to have. But it's just, you got to make sure you have people that can see that for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That can see, hey, this trait you've been having since you were a child.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed it from now. Once you did this and this, I noticed that you've been always like this. What are you doing to change that?
Mm-hmm.
And
And
hold you accountable to it.
yeah, especially if it's not working in your favor. That is actually like you saying that. It makes me think of like in your early 20s, you kind of feel like you're invincible, and you're not humble yet, right? But as you get older, you get humbled, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like going through the wormhole. You feel like you know things until you continue to learn more things that you did not know, and you're like, oh shit, what do I actually know? Like you learn more.
What's crazy is like when you get older and you see these people that were younger than you living the craziest life, and you're like, how is this possible?
Right.
How is this possible? But like sometimes you just have to learn not to watch people. I don't watch people's minds. Like I learn from them, but I don't watch it because sometimes it's like a lot of people are doing way worse than what we did to live a certain lifestyle.
Right.
They're doing way worse to live a certain lifestyle, and I'm just like, it's not really worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Ira, you will surpass your 30s. Don't worry. The struggle is
Says Iris.
my struggle is too much. My struggle has me questioning my ability to make it to 30. So I don't know about that. You'll make it. You make it good.
Different 20s.
But that's the
I mean,
thing. Some people have a different.
are
It's a
you have to think
different
of it like
move.
this? Are you in school? then we've lived the same 20s. Have you worked at least one job? Have any form of experience? Then we've worked. If you've applied for work, this and that, all that good stuff. Cool. Gone on vacation with friends and family, you've lived it. That is actually the life you're supposed to be living, especially in your early 20s. It's just people play like that's not what you're supposed to be living. That is.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is don't be afraid to sacrifice. Don't be afraid to sacrifice. I'm speaking that for myself too, because as like for me as a person, as I'm creating or as I'm wanting things to be better in my life, I might have to put some sacrifices down. Certain things I might have to say, okay, nah, I gotta do this now because in order for this to work, I have to put more time in this.
Yeah.
Right. And it's gonna be crazy, but it's one of those things that people have to make as adults, right? And yeah, just also learn from other people. Don't Things in the oven are better than things in the microwave.
Yo, I was mouthing a phrase the other day. I'm like, yo, too much people want dinner time and microwave timing.
No, they want soul food and microwave time.
Like they want soul food and microwave timing. That's
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. Some things I just want it quick. Certain things I don't want to work for. Certain things is just I believe it should be a certain way. And then you realize that it's not. You're just objectifying things and you're just very selfish on how you move and all that stuff. And then you just learn from then on and be like, okay, you know what? Something's wrong with me. I got to change, right?
because to get a soul food, you gotta like prep in the kitchen, buy ingredients, gotta have your water running, like have your spices in order, like
let it soak, brine, and all that.
Takes a bit, man. Takes a bit. I know for sure. Like for me, I've had to declutter. That has been a definite big thing in my 20s. And whether that means decluttering my circles, decluttering my room, decluttering my mind. Yeah, a lot of that has been spent in being able to pull away from all the noise and figure out what exactly do I need in order for me to be okay, to survive, to move forward. And then also just even knowing my core self, you know, at a base, like, am I okay with being like right now? I'm learning to be okay with the fact that I can be a bitch. I'm not even joking. Like, you know, because a lot of my early 20s was spent pleasing other people. And not really being honest and not being and always being a little bit on the eggs and being like, oh, cater to this person, cater to that person. Now it's like, no, Zakia, what do you want? It's okay. It's okay to tell people exactly what you want. And if it comes off a certain way and they feel like you're being selfish, that's okay because you were so selfless for a very long time. Who was looking after you when the time came? Like,
no, you still be selfless. You just, how do I put this?
I'm a bitch. Okay, this is what we're gonna say. Okay, I'm a bitch.
But then, what's the definition of a bitch, though? That's the thing. Like, what's that mean?
I mean, oftentimes people when they say bitch, it's really more of assertive. I personally think it's more just somebody who's assertive and very knowing of themselves. Like they know this is what it is, what they want, and they will not move their foot for anybody, regardless of what the circumstance, the situation, or whatnot. That is it. Right? And oftentimes, especially as Black women, we are considered a bitch when we are not catering to people because people, I think socially, are so used to us catering. So when you all of a sudden say, listen, I'm not here and I'm not going to put up for X, Y, and Z, then that comment gets thrown around a lot, you know, but sometimes it's not used in the right context. And I think that oftentimes that when it is used, it's because the person can see that you're no longer thinking about them and you're actually thinking about yourself and protecting yourself sometimes. So yes, I noticed that.
Well,
I noticed that.
well, I mean, whoever is listening to this, you can pick what you need to pick out of it. Take your notes, take what you need to take out of it. Um, I, you know, all the best to all you guys in your 20s or in your 30s. You know,
Ooh,
you grow all the time.
yes, but
So,
find community. That's a big one. Find
mhm,
community. That's very
mm,
important.
yeah, man. Um, I guess we're gonna wrap this up.
That was a good hour. Didn't
Yeah,
feel like an hour.
yeah, it didn't feel like an hour to me. I didn't even look at the time. Um, but you know, if you have any questions, send it to askevent@gmail.com. We're on IG, the Vent Pod on IG. We're on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, all them podcast things. If we're not there, you let us know and we'll be there. Um, yeah.
There's maybe a new bone in my body. What bone is this? What the hell's happening here?
I
Katie, you
don't know.
getting old.
Like,
I don't know whatever that is, but
speaking of 30s, like, yo, these muscles, man, in the morning.
yeah, yo, the back pain and all that stuff is no joke. It is no joke. It is
It's
Jeez,
no
man.
joke.
cracking up your youth.
It's no joke. But yo, thank you for whoever's here listening. Thank you guys for being there. Don't share the thing. You know, if anybody wants to collab with us, we're here. And um, yeah, be safe out there. Wear your mask.
Stop lining up for stuff. Just relax. Go home. Chill
Just wear the
out.
mask. Just wear the mask and shut up. Most of you guys don't have mental health conditions, and you're going like you do. If you don't, get a thinner mask. There are thinner masks and there are thicker masks. Just go and look.
Look, I don't even
Put on a
know.
mask.
I don't even care if you cut a leggings open and put it over your mouth. I don't even care if you take a panty ting and put it over your mouth. Just put something on your face. And yes, there's people that wore a panty ting on as a face covering. I'm not even joking.
I saw it. But you guys need to do better. But anyway, um, anything you guys have to say?
Head over to the Vent Studio and share and support as a young entrepreneur, a young Black woman within the photography business. Yes.
The nerds. You said the Vent Studio. The
I was
Nerd
like
Studio.
the
The
vents.
nerd, the nerd.
Don't give them our ideas yet. Don't give us our ideas yet. Don't say that.
I like the vent
Sorry,
studio. I was like, what
I
the
didn't
fuck?
mean to do that. Didn't mean to give what's in the vent in the vault. Sorry, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, the Nerd Studio, the Nerd Z Studios, THENERDZZZ.STUDIO. And I have my new price list up finally. Woo! It has been said. But yes, for sure, they've been up, got some new prices, got some new ideas, new events, things to look forward for. Click and capture may be happening soon, hopefully next year. And got a lot of things in the cut, man. So,
Hey,
Del Pesh, what's going on over there? El Frying Life, what are you doing over there?
frying.
Hey.
Del Pesh Kitchen. Gonna transition to something very different now in terms of work.
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna ready to make that move. I already wrote it down. It's happening.
He's not even saying it yet.
Right?
Like,
We're gonna have our own TV shows like the Avengers or spawning out, yo. And yeah, for me, I would say follow me at Twitch at Lou Pistols. I don't know if you guys can see my logo. But
bam.
Lou Pistols. Follow me on Twitch. That's where I'm playing my video games.
Hey.
Follow the Vet Podcast, and also follow the Blizzard Boys Podcast. That shit is still going on, popping with Max and D's. They were on this podcast. What was it, episode 10? Like when we just started.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still, it's flames over there. Zakia, hurry up and marry Diesel.
Wow.
And yeah, that's what we're doing right now, yo. And yeah, why are you smiling so hard?
I
Why are you
take that.
smiling so
I take
hard?
that as a said a visual or something, and then
I
just
brought up the man and she started blushing. Anyway, um, this will be a bounce back. I'm passing the assist, eh? So I'm
You're such a
doing
good
I'm
wingman, man. Jeez.
I'm doing what a wingman should do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, just you know, I hope the best for you too, to be honest. But anyway, um, this is the vent, and we else. Peace.
peace.